please welcome Joe Cotter, co-founder, National Resources. Tracy Bartels, Chair of the Ulster County Legislature. Jen Metzger, County Executive, Ulster County. And please welcome the 57th Governor of the great state of New York, Governor Kathy Hochul.
Great to see you. Hello, everyone. Wow. It is great to be back here and not allowed to play favorites, but you know I spend a lot of time here, not just during ice storms. I do come to Ulster quite often. I do want to acknowledge an extraordinary leader, and that is our County Executive, Jen Metzger. You'll be hearing from her in a couple moments. Breaking barriers, so not a lot of women county executives out there, so I can relate, you know, a little bit here, and I just did a fabulous job, County Executive. I'm so proud to call you a partner in government, but also a friend, so congratulations. We also have the chair of the county legislature here as well, Tracy Bartels. Thank you, thank you. We have our mayor. We've walked the streets so many times at Kingston. Steve Noble, you are doing an incredible job, and to see the vitality coming back. We were there during the pandemic and saw the businesses that were so hard hit, and you cared so deeply, and I want to thank you for demonstrating the kind of leadership that Kingston needs and our whole region needs. So let's give a round of applause to our great mayor. We have our Town of Ulster supervisor, Jim Quigley is here, our supervisor. You know, I spent 14 years on a town board, so it's all about the supervisor and the council members. We got to give them all the respect, and also all the members of the county legislature. Who else is here from the Ulster County Legislature? Raise your hand. Thank you very much. You'll be hearing from Joe Cotter, the co-founder of Natural Resources. What a visionary Joe is. For decades, people have gone past this property and just kind of winced and thought about the good old days. And Joe, you had a vision and believed in it, and you are here today. And I just want to commend you for the transformational approach that you are taking to not just its site, but many others. Let's give a huge round of applause to Joe Cotter. But opportunities like this don't work if we don't have the educated, trained workforce, and that's for our partners at our local educational institutions, which are extraordinary. We have the president of SUNY Ulster here, Dr. Allison Buckley. Let's give a round of applause to Dr. Buckley. Dr. Daryl Wheeler, the president of SUNY New Paltz. Daryl Wheeler is here. And Jonas Schenker, the superintendent, fairly new on the job, yes? A superintendent of BOCES. So if you don't know him, get used to him. You know, here we have an opportunity to empower local communities to transform areas that have been blighted, neglected, revitalize abandoned buildings, and really breathe new life into neighborhoods. And this is an area that I was very passionate about as a local town board member. I worked on our IDA and our planning board and our transportation board. So I was involved in all the integral parts to transforming abandoned sites, but also building new facilities. And so I know the power of how important this is. And it's really hard for local communities to do this on their own. You know, they see a site, they have a vision, but the price tag is always so prohibitive. And so that's where bringing my local government knowledge to this position as governor, we can blend the two together and help our local communities realize the visions that they have. I can't think of a better example than right here at this IBM campus. There's a lot of history here. Anybody have a relative who worked here at one time? Okay, there's a few of you. There's a few of you. You know, this IBM decided this was the place to be in 1950s, a little while ago. They couldn't build it fast enough. There were thousands of people wanting jobs here. They didn't even have the letters IBM up on the building. They were already having to start work because people were so anxious to work here. They perfected the first executive typewriter, who didn't have an IBM typewriter. They made critical components to protect our national security through the military. They designed the nation's aircraft control system. How important was that? And they pioneered software that really, you know, was the foundation on which we're making so many innovations today. So they did it all here, right on this site with the caliber of the workforce that called this area home. And at one time, it is extraordinary to think about this, 7,000 people worked here on this site. And they were the driving force for the local economy. And just like what happened back in my hometown of Buffalo, things are going well, and all of a sudden they're not. We lost 20,000 jobs at the Bethlehem Steel Plant that had been the engine where my father and grandfather and uncles had all worked for many, many decades. And the same thing happened in communities all over upstate, whether it was foreign competition, companies moving south. There were a lot of reasons. Doesn't matter. It happened. And all of a sudden, the doors were shuttered, and it was the end of an era. When IBM closed their doors in 1995, a lot of people just thought, what's the future? What's going to happen? What happens to us? And it was really hard. It affects your identity. It didn't happen just here. Like I said, it was Buffalo. It was General Electric and Rochester and Eastman Kodak and Capital Region. I mean, there's so many areas where you just can point to large, major facilities, manufacturers that hired a lot of people, and they're gone. There's no plan B. What do you do? What do you do? And people in this community have watched this facility deteriorate more and more over time. And closing in 1995, a baby born at that time is already done with college, probably working on their career. That's a long time. Well, one thing New Yorkers are going to get to know about me is I'm impatient. I don't like to wait. When I find an area that needs to be supercharged and bring energy to it and support it, I know we have to do something because people lose faith. They start to give up. They think about what could have happened and they just kind of move on and say, well, not perhaps in my lifetime. We've changed that here in New York because this region has so much potential and so much is already going on here. I am so in awe of what's happening in Ulster County under the leadership, but also the businesses who believed, who never gave up during some of the toughest times of the pandemic. But now, with this site becoming alive again, people are thinking about being bold and kind of audacious. And that's how you overcome cynicism. You get people to believe again that there can be something positive that comes out of it. And so knowing that, and knowing the power of money from Albany, which when I was a local official, we were always begging for money from Albany. So I know what it's like to be on that end. Today I'm here to announce $146 million for over 70 economic development projects across the state through our Restore New York's Communities Initiative. And this is how you start jump-starting a new era of pride and success. This is our second round. We announced our first just a few months ago. And of this, we have $33 million going to special award winners, and they run up and down projects from the town of Lyons is getting more than $6.5 million for its canal district. I've actually been on a boat in their canal district. They need the $6.5 million. It's going to look a lot better. The city of Auburn, where I've been countless times, $8.5 million to renovate the former Bombardier community. If you've not been there too, you need to go to the Equal Rights Hall of Fame or the Equal Rights Welcome Center. It's extraordinary. We've opened that a few years ago. Jefferson County is getting more than $8.5 million to demolish and reimagine a former paper mill. I mean, again, another reminder of the days gone by, but it can't stand there. We have to have these communities even just physically take them down. And saving the best for last here with among our major projects, how about $10 million for Ulster County to finish iPark 87? Breaking this into a workforce innovation center right here, right here. So thank you. It is all about the workforce, training tomorrow's workers, and not just for people who've been in this community and the kids who were born here now can stay here, but attracting people from other parts of our state and other parts of our country. Great opportunities. This is going to rehab 2 of our nearly 70-year decaying buildings and turning them into a state-of-the-art innovation hub, housing cutting-edge companies and some of our fastest-growing industries in the world, renewable energy, clean tech, even film and television production, why not? And cannabis cultivation and communications technology. And when it's all said and done, We think this is going to generate over 1,000 jobs, and I think that is extraordinary. So I mentioned the importance of workforce. We can build and they will come, but let's have them come when they have skills. Let's have them here ready to step into these jobs so they can be productive. That's so much better for the employers. And so we have partners in education, youth organizations like SUNY New Paltz, Ulster Community College, and Ulster BOCES. All of them, we harness the power of those institutions who know what they're doing, and bringing young people to those institutions and giving them specialized training so they can step into the jobs right here. That's the magic formula for success. And that's why, working with the Department of Labor and the County Office of Employment and Training, we'll be able to link business and workforce development in a really positive way. And they don't just magically happen. We're sending a message to all the potential iPark tenants. Joe, we're sending the word out. You bring your business here, we'll give you one of the greatest workforces in the world. Right here, highly educated, motivated. It's part of that DNA of working hard like those 7,000 people did at one time here at IBM. It's part of who we are in this region. And I think it's going to be fantastic. And it reminds me, we were just back here in December when we did Zinc 8 Energy. Is that what it was? Energy, Zinc. That was great. How exciting was that, the Zinc 8 Energy Solutions? And they're going to move their headquarters, making them the anchor tenant, which is fantastic. And we're looking for other opportunities. I mean, that's 500 jobs right there, 500 jobs. So I think this is an opportunity for us to turn the page. Love the IBM story, but now we're going to talk about this site in a very different way. That'll be part of the ancient history. We're building the future right here today with this announcement. So I want to make sure everyone knows that it's the same energy we felt back then, back when they couldn't wait to get the IBM letters up on the building because people want to work here. That is happening again right here in 2023. And I want to thank everybody, the true believers who never gave up, and also predecessor, now our Congressman, Pat Ryan, was a firm believer in this project. He's taking care of business in Washington for us, but what a great leader he is as well. And so it's just so many people made it happen, and the impact we're having here today is going to lead to jobs and opportunities perhaps for the next 70, 100 years right on this site. So congratulations very much. And let me
a lot of zeros,
And with that, let me bring up one of our resident visionaries, a true leader in every sense of the word, and that is our County Executive, Jen Metzger.
Whew. This is an extraordinary day. I feel like I have to take deep breaths and savor this moment. So this is a big day, not only for Ulster County, but for our region. And I am filled with gratitude to our governor and Empire State Development for this extraordinary investment in the rebirth of this former industrial site. iPark 87 is really the embodiment of what the Restore New York grant is meant to do, to help communities reimagine and transform long-abandoned properties in line with the vision of what our communities need now. This site holds enormous potential as an engine for the shift to a green economy. And our governor and ESD have recognized this potential with the largest Restore New York grant that can be dedicated, I believe, to a single project. And I want to add, as she mentioned, this is on top of a major state award the governor announced here, I think it was in January, to Zinc 8, a cutting-edge battery storage company that will create hundreds of jobs, as she said, 500 jobs, right here at iPark 87. This type of forward-looking economic development is crucial as we face an existential threat to the planet, and business as usual is no longer possible. As a state and as a county, we must consciously create the conditions to transform our economy and address climate change. While the climate crisis feels daunting, if we muster the courage to seize this opportunity, we can create thousands of family-sustaining jobs that rebuild our economy and secure our children's future at the same time. Ulster County has long been a leader on climate, and we are well positioned to create the models of how to transition to a resilient and sustainable economy. One of the areas of greatest need, as the governor pointed out, is workforce development. We know from state-level analyses that New York's climate law will create tens of thousands of jobs in our region in the coming decades, but that is only if we have the trained workforce to do this work. This is really, really fundamental. In my State of the County address in February, I talked about the incredible opportunity before us to establish a workforce innovation center for the green economy, right here at iPark. The vision is for a new kind of collaboration, bringing together SUNY New Paltz, SUNY Ulster, and Ulster BOCES, along with our county economic development and workforce development departments, and all of the rich variety of community partners we have working on these issues. Working together with the businesses investing right here, we can co-create curriculum and develop a talent pool for thousands of jobs on site and across the county. The center will break down barriers and create opportunities for all, especially underserved communities, by providing important supports like on-site childcare and public transportation. This is the moment, and we have to seize it. I want to thank the governor for her vision and leadership and for her unwavering support for Ulster County. The investments the state is making are truly transformative. I also want to thank Joe Cotter, co-founder and president of National Resources, Inc., for seeing the enormous potential in this property, investing in its rebirth, and creating the space for an innovative ecosystem of businesses and community partnerships to thrive. I look forward to continued work to develop the center in collaboration with our many partners, especially the members of the county legislature, who play an instrumental role in bringing this center into fruition. I also want to thank other partners critical to realizing this vision, including the Ulster County Economic Development Alliance, Ulster County Workforce Development Board, Ulster County IDA, SUNY New Paltz, SUNY Ulster, Ulster BOCES, our community partners, and our staff at the Departments of Economic Development, the Office of Employment and Training and Tourism. This coalition will be instrumental in advancing the project over the coming months as we prepare a proposal to the county legislature. And finally, I want to thank Chairwoman Tracy Bartels for her steadfast commitment to our shared vision. Together, we can create a brighter future, driven by the green economy, to build a sustainable, resilient, thriving Ulster County that leaves no one behind. Please join me in welcoming Chair Bartels to the podium to say a few words. And again, thank you, Governor Hochul.
What an amazing, amazing day. As the chair of the Ulster County Legislature, I am so happy to be here for this major announcement and to witness the next development in this new chapter of Ulster County's economic growth and innovation. I'd like to begin by expressing our deepest appreciation to Governor Kathy Hochul and the Empire State Development for their unwavering support and commitment to our community. Today, we stand here because of their dedication to fostering economic prosperity in Ulster County. The announcement of a $10 million Restore New York grant to Ulster County for iPark 87 is a testament to Governor Hochul's leadership and her belief in the potential of this region. I also want to extend my thanks to Joe Cotter, President of National Resources, for his significant investment in Ulster County. The revitalization and development of iPark 87 under his guidance will not only create thousands, and I'm going to say thousands of good jobs, but will also help shape a brighter future for our country, for our county. We are truly grateful for his partnership. And of course, I want to acknowledge the work of Ulster County Executive Jen Metzger. We do share a vision of a vibrant, sustainable, and prosperous Ulster County, and we have quickly built an amazing working relationship, putting the people of Ulster County first. Executive Metzger's laser focus on developing the workforce of a green economy has brought us to this exciting moment. The legislature and its Economic Development Committee, led by legislator Brian Cahill, have been tireless in their work to participate in a revisioning of this long, stagnant, significant Ulster County property and its transition to beneficial use. We look forward to seeing the plans develop in the coming months and to working with Executive Metzger to move the Workforce Innovation Center forward. This initiative will not only equip our residents with the skills and tools necessary for success, but also contribute to the economic vitality of our entire region. The potential of a Workforce Innovation Center is truly limitless. Together, we will shape a brighter future for Ulster County and ensure that our community thrives in the years to come. It's now my pleasure to welcome to the stage co-founder of National Resources, Joe Cotter.
Good afternoon, everyone. I was watching one of these interviews of Elon Musk, and they asked him, and he calls himself pathologically optimistic. How about our governor? If she's not pathologically optimistic, I don't know who is. So it's very exciting. So this morning, my phone call with Lynn goes, well, it's not raining. I guess we had an agreement, and if it rained, she didn't have to come. So then she says, well, can I wait till Saratoga opens because she loves horse racing? And she said, how about another month or so? So I said, listen, we have a trifecta today. So I finally caught her attention, and I said, yes, we have a governor, county executive, and a supervisor. So she said, all right, I'll come today. But anyway, thank you very much for this support. But I want everyone to recognize this property genuinely needs this level of help. It's been neglected. It's probably our worst before we've ever had. It's the big ugly. And we're very validated that we were able to receive this level of support. We need to rebuild many things here. But remember, redeveloping, recycling, renovating, and repurposing existing buildings is truly sustainable development, because that's where you really save on the environment. So it's very important that we all recognize that. Most importantly, this really is a special place. The governor was very articulate in saying about the IVM history. Great things did happen here. And you know, you can feel the energy. When you walk around on your own sometimes, you really feel the spirits and the souls that once inhabited this place. And we believe it's our job, all of us, to come together and rebuild. That's been something we've done in a number of properties. But here, I think that's what really drew us to this site, is we really felt there was something here before, and we could really create something. And this really requires teamwork. I've never seen a true public-private partnership like this come together. It's absolutely incredible. I mean, from the governor to the county to the local community. We have even the feds, you know, Senator Schumer was here, so we're all coming together for what we're calling the Great Lift. But we have an exciting plan. The manufacturing, we've mentioned a number of companies, but you know, Archtop signed a lease. They're a company that's doing a $250 million build out of data and fiber infrastructure for Ulster County in this area. It's a huge step forward. Zinc 8, which we just heard about. And we're working with another battery storage company called Cadenza, which we were discussing with Senator Schumer's office on what they need, because they're navigating the Department of Energy for grants and things, but they're looking at they have a very fascinating technology. The other thing on the smaller side, and maybe more relatable, Ronnybrook, it looks like we're finally going to get our creamery here. They're working with an international beverage group, and they're going to do about 100,000 square feet, we believe, of beverages and a creamery. So all we want is ice cream in the end. We really do. Ice cream, beer, and a bakery. And there's also a local bakery. We can't mention any names, but we're very close to doing something with them. Education, I think we've heard some of the universities and colleges. We're thrilled to be working with SUNY Ulster and the new president. We're thrilled to be working with SUNY New Paltz, BOCES, and BARD, among others. And the county training force and their facility, we think, will be state-of-the-art, and we're hopeful to really go to the next level. I mean, no one's done this recently where you can take it from grassroots. You know, we have a clean slate. We don't have any legacy problems. So we can really envision what it's like to train, 2.0 or 3.0 now even, to make a training facility. And medical, we're looking on the West Campus for other medical programs. We're working with the VA. We're speaking about potentially doing something for veterans there, both on the medical, mental health side, reentry. So we're very excited about how that may take off and fill a real need. There's women health issues for the vets that have been neglected for years. So we think it's going to be an exciting time. And housing. Every company we meet, and the Patterns for Progress report that's out in the Hudson Valley, if you don't build housing, communities start shrinking. And I know we're all afraid of our taxes going up with school kids and things like that, but our schools are now down in enrollment. So we really need to build the housing to keep not only our children close to home, but also to keep the employees that we need for workforce. So I can't even underline how important the housing is as it relates to this. We're also trying to create a little fun. We like to have a little fun. So we have a number of restaurants, cafes. We're hoping to do an art center. We have about 12 artist lofts on the ground floor of some of our residents where the artists will have a storefront and they will live behind the store, so to speak, but that will activate our main street. So we're kind of excited about that. And recreation, we're blessed here in Ulster County. I mean, it's a beautiful spot. It's funny, someone found an archive of the original IBM come to Ulster when they were recruiting, as the governor said, in the 1950s. So we had one of the interns cut it to about 3 minutes, and I think they had Simon and Garfunkel or Mrs. Robinson or some familiar tune from the era. But playing that, you can see IBM just sold the great outdoors. It's such a beautiful place. So we have a whole series of biking, walking, and running trails. We're hoping to open some recreation. We're working with Supervisor Quigley on what we can do for the town of Ulster around the Esopus Creek. And, there's been a lot of soccer fields and things like that. So, we're trying to touch all the bases. Most importantly, though, this is going to be really hard, right? But we can do it, but we do need everyone's help. And what do we mean by that? We need everyone just to come together and also put our differences aside, because we've become, this property's been abandoned so long, everyone's got a lot of luggage or baggage, emotional and otherwise, but we all want to see the same thing. Every group that we've met are all in the same camp. They all want the same outcome. And I think we all had a big loss here, certainly Ulster County, we're filling a void, but I've never seen a community, a state, a county come together like they have here. So this often just means common courtesy, a little patience, certainly tolerance. Having worked with all the parties, I think we have it here. So our message is, let's all just do it together and get this done. So thank you.